Hello, YouTubes. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Nicholas W. Fuller. I'm a writer, I'm a gamer, I'm a YouTuber, but today I come to you as a fan of books. uh, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to think about your favorite book, a book that you love, a book that is just amazing. It made you laugh, it made you cry, it made you want to spend your life with that hero and do bad things to the villain. Maybe you wanted to or even did get a tattoo that's inspired by the book. That's the kind of like love for a book that I am asking about right now. So if you have, experienced that with a book, your favorite book that you really love, maybe you've also felt like, you know what, I wish I could do something to kind of give back to that author of this thing that I love so much. And that's what this video is all about. How can you support an author that you love? Now, I feel like I can make this video because I promise it's not like a multi-level marketing scheme. I don't have a book that's out and available for, reading right now. I'm working on one, but yeah, I'm doing this kind of as a fan and hopefully as a service for other authors. I want to let fans know what they can do that's really going to kind of move the needle for authors. Um, and I want to also clarify too that, like, listen, if you read a book and you're like, this was good, and then you kind of moved on, that's great. That's fine. That's wonderful. If it's enough to just enjoy the work, that's why a writer does it. The writer, wants people to enjoy the things that they're writing. But this video is for people, again, where you're hardcore, right? You love this thing and you're thinking, I wish I could give back a little bit to that writer. So I've got 5 things that you can do, 5 kind of broad categories of things that you can do that are going to really help out an author. So number 1, obvious, buy their books. Duh. But I know. But seriously, like, maybe you borrowed the book either from a friend or from the library to read, and that's totally cool. That's fine. But if you love this book, then maybe go out and buy a copy. If you love this book, maybe buy more copies as gifts. Books make great gifts. Books are fantastic, like Christmas gifts, that sort of thing. And they're not all that expensive, but it still seems kind of thoughtful if you give someone their new favorite book, Audiobooks are great too. Special or signed editions. If you really, really love this book, if that author has a special edition or signed edition, maybe take a look at that. Also, if they have older books that they wrote previously before the one that you just read and enjoyed, check that out. Maybe you like those too. Also, this is kind of important. Pre-orders are big. So if they are coming out with a new book soon, it would help them out a lot if you pre-ordered that book. So the pre-orders basically all get counted on the day that the book is released, and that can be huge for getting them on bestseller lists, which just the joke with writers, authors is if you make the New York Times list, then your new first name is New York Times bestseller. So, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So buy their books. Number 2, share your review. So books are a word of mouth industry. Nothing kind of sells a book than a recommendation. Nothing sells a book more than a recommendation from a friend or a trusted source, that sort of thing. There's just nothing more compelling. So tell your friends. That's obvious, right? Tell your friends, hey, man, I just read this book. It's fantastic. You should check it out. I loved it. You'll love it too, right? But you can tell them in person, you can tell them online, you can get on like Reddit and Facebook, that sort of thing, talk in like different book communities on these places. There's plenty of book communities on Reddit, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you're into. Yeah, so check those out. I mean, if you're a book fan, if you're not a member of those communities, you should check them out. One in particular is Reddit/r/fantasy. I mean, if you're a fantasy nerd, you should probably check that place out. It's pretty cool. So, but you can also leave reviews. In addition to that, you can leave reviews on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, Goodreads, that sort of thing, and that really helps an author. Also, the more reviews that they have on the actual retailers, the more it's going to get the attention of prospective readers and Amazon. It's a good thing. So, buy their books, share your review, request the book. That's another thing you can do. Really easy. Doesn't cost you anything. Just like sharing your review doesn't cost anything, requesting the book doesn't cost anything, but it will move the needle for an author. So what do I mean? Well, you can ask libraries to carry the book. That means the library would have to go buy the book, but that also means that more people will get to read the book. So that's fantastic. You can ask bookstores to carry the book. If your favorite local bookstore isn't carrying the book, ask them to. Request it. That will help. If they get enough requests, they will carry the book. So again, also, if you're a book nerd, and you are, if you're watching this, you should check out your local bookstores. independent bookstores, they might be your new favorite place to hang out if you're not already hanging out there. So, but yeah, request the book at bookstores. If they get enough requests, they will get that book. If you do request it at a bookstore, go ahead and buy it if they do carry it later. You know that you're helping out the bookstore that way. You kind of don't want to just request and not follow through, right? You can mention the book to like booktubers or other kind of reviewers that you're familiar with. If you like their work and they haven't done a review on something that you enjoy, you might recommend it also. I've even heard of some people that have bought books for booktubers or bookstagrammers or book talk people. So you could do that if you want to. You know, that's an option. Also, encourage podcasts and YouTube shows to have authors on a guest. On my YouTube channel, I really like having authors to be able to talk to. So if you have a favorite author that I haven't talked to, like have them reach out to me. That would be amazing. I would love that. Um, so buy the book, share a review, request the book, follow the author, follow the author on social media, on their email list. You know, just make sure you're up to date on whatever they're doing. Encourage others to do the same, share their social media posts. Do they have a Patreon? So if you're not familiar with Patreon, it's just a way to kind of give a very small pledge to some content creator that you enjoy, and you pledge that as a recurring donation. Often it's monthly, and it could be as little as like $1 sometimes, maybe $3, maybe $5 or $10. But if your favorite author has a Patreon, then go check it out. Sometimes you can get some cool exclusive content through that too. But definitely check them out on social media, their email list. Again, that sort of thing is not going to cost anything, but it's going to help you be informed on what they're doing. So if they come out with another book, you'll know. And the mailing list is pretty big, an email list. If they have that, make sure you're on that so you know exactly what they're doing. But if you see them too at a signing or convention near you, go visit. That's awesome. Authors love that. Let me tell you, authors love that. So just tell them, hey, I'm excited to see you, and I really liked your book, and I'd love to have you sign it. They'll probably be into that. Then the last thing, this one doesn't exactly move the needle per se, but tell the author. If you love their book, go ahead and tell the author. I'm telling you, you'll make their day. You know, they might look at reviews on Amazon and that sort of thing, maybe. But if you really loved it and you just want to let them know, they might have a way to contact them either on social media or on the website, that sort of thing. And they will love to hear that you loved it. Also, like fan art is super cool. If you want to create some fan art, if that's something that you can do, I am pretty bad with the visual arts, but if you are good at it and then you want to make something that's inspired by their work, then that's fantastic. You can do that and post it on your social media and share it with the author, and you'll probably make their day. um, if you get a tattoo or something awesome like that that's inspired by their work, they'll love to see that. So again, that's another opportunity to do it and share with the author. Again, that doesn't quite move the needle, but you'll make their day. So yeah, these are some different ways that you can support an author that's created a work that you really love. Again, if all these sound like, I don't want to do any of that. Like, I get it. If you just enjoyed the work, that's enough, right? But it's just if you want to kind of help out that author who created this work that you really enjoy, these are some ways you could do this. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. There's definitely lots more on my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. If nobody's told you yet today, you're an absolute legend. Thanks.